YouTube. A lot of stuff been going on in the pop culture scene. Just want to touch base and stuff. I was gonna do like a recorded video of this, but it was just like a lot of stuff going on. They just announced the the Avengers Doomsday cast, the whole cast. We'll go through that, and I want to do like a general talk about like episode 4, 5, and 6 on more comic book level. So, man, this Avengers Doomsday situation. Matter of fact, let me go and put it over here. This really came out of nowhere. I was watching another stream, Neurotic. He have a noon stream. So basically, that came down the pipe that everybody that's on the cast, because they just start doing production today, I believe. So it's a lot. I was watching that stream for like, I was actually listening to it. I was at work watching that stream for like from like 11 like 11 to like damn near 3 o'clock. And there, if y'all don't know, this movie, it comes out next year, I believe. Excuse me. And it has like a lot of characters, a lot of like comic book characters. So I'm gonna go through this video. I name out pretty much everybody I know off the top of my head that's gonna be playing this movie. So some of this stuff might be subject to change, but with no further ado, I'll play this real quick. That's Thor. All right, Fantastic Four comes out in, I believe, June. Vanessa Kirby plays the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. Anthony Mackie, Falcon, Captain America. Well, he's Captain America right now. Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. Shuri from Black Panther. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. Wyatt Russell. Matter of fact, let me see who Wyatt Russell is. I think that's dude that play U.S. agent. Yeah, that's Kurt Russell's son. And yeah, John Walker. He plays John Walker. That's Namor, the dude who played Namor on Wakanda Forever. Ebon. That's Ghost, I believe. That's she was on Wasp. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? She was. Let me make sure now. I want to say she's on Raw, Wasp, and Ant-Man. Oh no, he might be Sentinel. Oh, that's a. I forgot about him. So this dude, he was on he was on Punisher. I forgot about him. Simu Liu is Shane. Shang Li. That movie came out during 2020, the pandemic. Can't see him yet. Florence Pugh is she took the reins of Black Widow in the Black Widow movie. I mean, after everything, she's gonna be in the next Thunderbolts movie. And this is the first big name. Okay, if y'all don't remember, Kelsey Grammer was playing Beast in the X-Men movies back in the 2000s. So this was a shocker here. He was actually on the last, like, the after credit scene on the Marvels. Louis Pullman. Let me check on him. It's on the tip of my tongue. Y'all, let's see. Oh, that's Sentinel. He's gonna be in the Thunderbolts. He will be in the Thunderbolts next. That's the next movie coming out for Marvel. That's the Falcon from. That's the new Falcon from the new Captain America 4. Actually, pretty good actor. He was the one of the highlights of that movie for me. Joseph Quinn, if y'all don't remember, he's the dude that played Eddie on Stranger Things season 4. The rocker, the one that played D&D and was playing his guitar and stuff. He's actually gonna be the new Human Torch. David Harbour, if y'all watch Black Widow, he's the dude they broke out. He's gonna be on the new Thunderbolts. Winston Duke is M'Baku, the homie from Black Panther. You know, M'Baku in the comics, him, M'Baku and T'Challa didn't see eye to eye, but like they made him more kind of likable and everything in this in the MCU. But Winston Duke, he'll good. I like him. He's a good actor. That's Ghost. Hannah John Kamen. She was on Ant Man the Wasp, not Quantumania, but the one before, right before Endgame. The Ant Man right before Endgame. Tom Middleton, that's Loki. If y'all watch any of the Loki TV shows, he's pretty much controlling time right now. I spoil alert because y'all probably not gonna watch it, but like he's the management of time right now. Patrick Stewart, another big name. That's Professor Xavier. You know, they bring back some of the old school X-Men from the 2000s movies. This is another big name, Ian McKellen, probably one of the best actors in the 20th century. You know, play Gandalf, play Magneto. I'm surprised he's on this, man. He's extremely old, but like one of my favorite actors of all time, dead ass. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of iconic, movies, roles and stuff. Alan Cumming. If y'all watched X2, you remember the dude who played Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is the dude that was teleporting through out the White House in X2 back in the day, and was trying to get Stryker. That's the dude who played Nightcrawler. It's another big name, Rebecca Romaine. I think that's how you pronounce it, Romaine. She was the original Mystique. So that means like Jennifer. I just went blank. Old girl that was on Hunger Games. She's not taking that role now. It's gonna be the original Rebecca Romaine. Rebecca Romaine kept herself together too. That's a good look. James Marsden. That's the original Cyclops in the 2000 movies. Now this is a shocker. So if y'all watch Daredevil, not Daredevil, but Deadpool and Wolverine, Channing Tatum being in nerd culture, Channing Tatum being Gambit was like a meme for the longest because like he was supposed to be Gambit way back. Excuse me. He was supposed to be Gambit way back. Then they scrapped that production because of how Wolverine Origins, X-Men Origins failed. So the original Gambit was Taylor Kitsch. He was the original Gambit on that movie, and there was rumored to put Channing Tatum as Gambit. So that's why it was so funny when, if y'all watch Deadpool and Wolverine, he showed up as Gambit. And he had like a horrible, you know, Cajun accent and everything. Pedro Pascal, he's playing Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four. That movie come out June. I want to go back a little bit. Hold up, because I don't play it in entirety. Well, not entirety, but when you get to the X-Men stuff, it's gonna. They did a little music cue I like. Hold up. Did y'all hear? If y'all heard that, now, if y'all grew up in the late '80s during the '90s and stuff, X-Men the animated series was the shit. That made more comic book fans. Matter of fact, that helped me get deep in comic books because like I was like, yeah, I was pretty much like when that show like 8 or 9 when it came out. But when like that song started coming on and the introduction stuff, that every Friday I would go to Stop and Go. We used to have a store called Stop and Go. Go to Stop and Go, get a comic book. Go to Blockbuster, get rent a video game because I had good grades. My mama, she hook your boy up, and that was and like my friends did the same thing. So we'll all be like reading comic books, and then that come on a Saturday morning. That was a ritual, damn near. So that theme song, X-Men, that made X-Men from like B level, maybe B plus level, team to like the top selling group in the '90s and 2000s. Like everybody loved X-Men. So yeah, that was that, and then, like I am shocked about, like, I'm surprised we didn't see Halle Berry's name chair, which I doubt this is the only thing gonna happen. But like Halle Berry Storm, like you already got everybody there. You could, and then you they have issues like right now. Like you probably not gonna get Kitty Pryde, which that was Ellen Page. Ellen Page is Elliot now, so we don't have to talk about that. But like that, and then like the Colossus, we didn't get the dude to play Colossus. They didn't have what's called Wolverine on here, and this is a good cast. Be real with you, this is a good cast, but I'm really curious on how Secret Wars is gonna do, because like if y'all don't know, man, Secret Wars is like, especially the 1984. I actually got that. I got that in my comic collection, man. That's a if y'all really want to have a good audio book. I mean, sometimes you get tired of listening to YouTube and everything. You want a good audio book telling, get the Secret Wars audio book, the 1984 one, because like it's well written. You you see the different personalities at play, like Magneto. What was wild, like Magneto was considered he was considered a good guy. So basically, the premise of Secret Wars is some unusual force split the good guys and the bad guys away from each other, and it created some entity created like this world with like different places, like Denver was just there. It was like it was just a whole bunch of universe. You had Galactus there, like sitting on a mountain. It was just all every some entity was just. It was kind of like I think it was like the Collector or whatever. I digress. So the premise is they were trying to force the good guys and bad guys to kind of work together to get back to the regular universe. It was kind of like it's like during the 80s they had a lot, like they had like Crisis in Infinite Earths. They had a lot of multiple yeah, I mean in the 80s especially. Hey, the link in the chat, man, if you want to go down to do this, man, because like I just went through the whole video of the casting. But Magneto in the 80s is different than Magneto's in the 70s and Magneto in the 90s. So Magneto, it's kind of disservice to call him. Some people like to try to equate him to Malcolm X. That's a little bit of a disservice because like they got different motivations. Odom, you could. Well, Phoenix, I did say what's up to you. I know I did, but I say it again. But Odom, you come up here, man. I wish Andre was here so we could talk about. I really want to talk about episode 6, but we'll get to that. But like Secret Wars, like that's one of my. And see, that was the first time they had Spider-Man in the black outfit. I actually posted that comment, but I got that one graded. I posted probably twice on accident. But I think this is all leading up to the Secret War stuff, of course, because they already gave the timeline of what and which how they doing. So I was gonna record a review, but I found out about this this Avengers announcement that just had it had while I was on the route, right? While you know working and everything, I saw this. I was like, what the fuck? Then it threw my whole plan up. I said, man, let me do a live and just talk about you know what I'm saying, talk about this. Then hopefully, like I mean, Andre or Odin want to come up here. We could shoot the shit on the last 3 episodes. Then what I might do, I just might do a extra on my own, record an extra on my own. But like this announcement came out of nowhere. What up, Cutting Edge? This announcement came out of nowhere, man. And like I want to put a perspective on it, a comic book perspective on it, and you know. If y'all have any questions, I mean, holler at me. Because like this shocked me. Like seeing the old school seeing the old school not I hate to say old school because like I I was in high school when the X-Men came on. Matter of fact, I think X-Men 1 I definitely went on a day on that one, I believe. X2, I think I went with my kinfolk. And the thing is, man, X2, if you go back and watch X2 now, you're going to be like, shit, man, Disney dropped the ball. Because, like, I like X2, and this is a testament of a good movie, right? When that they still have theories back, because that's a theory where if y'all remember X2, that's a whole they were digging in on the whole or pretty much somewhat the origins of Wolverine with the William Stryker stuff, the Weapon X program, all that. Cause like, all right, comic book 101, right? All these Weapon X program and Omega programs in the Soviet Union and every country after the Super Soldier Serum became a thing in World War II, they all try to mimic and make their own Super Soldier Serum type situation. It's no different than anytime somebody got some type of new technology military wise, everybody got to find their own way to counteract it. So the Soviets, they'll kidnap people, which that's based on somewhat of real life, like kidnap GIs and turn them over there, then bring them back over here. That's all over the place. So a lot of stuff. This is why it's good for people who went through things are right. So if you notice all of the people who created the Marvel stuff, like the X-Men, Spider-Man, they all the main writers and stuff, like the Dickos and your Kirby's and stuff. They went through a war or two. They got drafted. They went through some stuff. They might not they got deployed and might not come home type situation. So it changed your perspective on how to create. That's why these stories stand the test of time. These characters stand the test of time because they put fucking love in that shit. So that's my only problem with this announcement with Doomsday. I think Doomsday is gonna be a hit just because there's a lot of fan bases gonna be joined together to watch this. The challenge is, are you gonna have a good writer that's gonna be able to break this down into something digestible it just doesn't seem cheap, because you got a lot of people that got like name recognition. I mean, in the beauty about this cast, you give them a decent script and you tell them, hey, you can ad lib a little bit of it. They so in tune with that character, they can make that any scene work. Like that's why I couldn't really be too hard. For example, I couldn't really be too hard on Cap 4 as some others, because I see there was the actors tried to make that work. That may try to make that script work, and the script was just lacking. You could tell just because, I mean, nobody really remembers the scene in that movie. You know what I mean? So this is the challenge Doomsday have. I think this is going to make $1 billion. You got too many name brands here, too many people who love those franchises. Only way this doesn't make anything near the budget, because the budget's gonna be high as hell on this movie. This movie, all those actors, when you digging Ian up and man, let's just count all the $20 million people here. Let's do this again. Chris Hemsworth probably gonna be 20 million. Vanessa, I don't know, she's up and coming. Anthony Mackie, he's gonna be close to 20. We have 15. Sebastian about 15. Well, he was nominated. So, all right. To explain that, Odom, there was a story, I believe, in the 90s or early 2000s, where Tony Stark, instead of him doing the Iron Man thing, he ended up becoming Dr. Doom. So there's a premise of that, because there's what ifs books on there, and basically they are like doppelgangers. I ain't say doppelgangers, gangers. Blah. They're like one. They're not too far apart. You know what I mean? Because if Tony won't worry about anything as long as you're not disrupting the flow. He's less out of nationalistic than I'll say this is a better analogy. Dr. Doom is a mixture of like Tony Stark and a Captain America in this way. Like Captain America believe in his country, even though I mean he believe in the ideals of the country. He's nationalistic in that point, and he's gonna protect America at all costs if it's threatened. He's on that type of time. That same thing. That's the same thing. Doctor Doom is like you don't mess if you don't mess with I almost went blank Wachovia. Yeah, you don't mess with that. He this is what I like about Doctor Doom. This is why I like Doctor Doom way more. Oh, of course, yeah. But then like technically Professor X is probably the smartest one out of them, but he can read everybody. But that's a whole nother story. Um, the thing I like about Doom, even over like Namor, right? If shit hit the fan, right? Let's say Galactus about to come over here and eat the world. They could like the Avengers could bite they tongue and say, "Hey, Doom, we kind of need you because it's about to be some bullshit happen." Hey, and Galactus gonna eat your country up too. That's all you really gotta say. And then and people don't know he had a thing for this is why Doctor Doom and T'Challa didn't get along really. He had a thing for Storm. If y'all know that whole dichotomy, like Doctor Doom wanted him some Storm. And a lot of times, like things get blown over because like the X-Men, somebody, hey, Storm just go over there and go kick with him a little bit, chill him out. All of a sudden, he's not doing the evil plan anymore, and that'd be off screen. But I mean, I digress. That's another whole nother thing right there. But like Storm, a lot of fucking people in the a lot of characters in the Marvel 616, they love them some Storm. Yeah, like I could think like I know hold up. Sabretooth had things for Storm. You know what I mean? Fucking Doctor Doom had things for Storm. Um, yeah, exactly. But she was fucking Storm is like if you've had a poll like during the '90s of who's the hottest Marvel character, Storm is top three in a lot of people's mind. I mean, because she's always gonna be constant top three. Like, I mean, to me, like Storm, Sue Storm, it's funny. Storm and Sue Storm, that's kind of funny. And like Rogue, you can't get no holler than those three, as in like comic art and everything. Like anybody who played them, gotta be bombshells. You can't have no regular chick play them. Like having Vanessa Kirby playing Sue Storm was a perfect pick because Vanessa Kirby is like gorgeous. She's a gorgeous white girl. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And but like Holly Berry, us got truth. You could have really like, especially now, like us got truth. If I had somebody play Storm right now, if would she grow up and get some acting classes, it'd probably be like Tyler. Tyler could play Storm right now because she, when she get older and stuff, Yo, like Rogue is literally the forbidden fruit. Like Jean Grey is up there too, but like, I mean, it's funny how like all the all the women, the good looking women that's strong and capable, they were all on the X-Men. That's the fucked up. That's the funny thing about it, except for Sue Storm, of course. Yeah, Rogue. Hey, this is at my elementary school, right? The brothers all wanted a Rogue. In the white boy with the comic book heads, the white boys they love them some Storm because see Storm to them Storm is like really exotic. You know what I mean? Woo. Nah, I don't know about that, Odom. I don't know. I don't know about that because her mental capability Actually, tell you the truth, Rogue could beat him. She just gotta touch him. Like legit, Rogue could take the Phoenix from him. Rogue can literally take the Phoenix from him. We had I'm just saying, like Rogue is that she's legit like it'll be a cost on it. Yeah, Rogue is legit. I mean, she's that. Look, man, look. Put it this way: Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel was considered one of the strongest female characters in the MCU until Rogue came and took that shit off of her. But I agree. But here's the thing: really, nobody Phoenix. Jean really can't control the Phoenix like that. You know, nobody. Phoenix is. If y'all don't know, like I'm getting in comic book 101 right here. Comic book 202. I meant the whole idea of Phoenix and Apocalypse is Phoenix is chaos, like extreme chaos. Apocalypse is extreme order. That if you notice, every storyline they like your Dark Phoenix storyline, that means the mutants got too powerful. Dark Phoenix came to kind of regulate things. If the humans get too powerful, Apocalypse show up. That's when you have Age Apocalypse, the whole nine. That mean what I mean by the humans get too strong. That means the Sentinels done took over. That's the sign. That's when you got Bishop going around here, until they turn on him. All that stuff. You know what I mean? So they kind of they was there to balance each other out, similar to Xavier and Magneto, because Xavier and Magneto, in a way, it's the whole war and peace thing. Like you have to have balance. See, because like Apocalypse can't beat Phoenix. The Phoenix really they can't beat each other. They like Phoenix could destroy Apocalypse, but Apocalypse could regenerate. It's that's the balancing act that burning was it John Claremont and them made. So it's always balanced. Like that's a beauty, because really X-Men is a story about misfits getting along, getting together type stuff. You know what I mean? And even people don't know this. Apocalypse was made by a woman made Apocalypse, and I got that issue. It's I believe it's X Factor 14, 15, 16. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's what it is. I'm a big Apocalypse fan. You know what I mean? So because I mean, really, everybody put a little bit too much into who everybody represent, but in reality, you have that type of characters in every where it's basically like a friend group. Like you're gonna have a friend that's gonna be extra militant, or you're gonna have a friend that's gonna be peacemaker. And then this is what I like about like when Storm was running the X-Men. Like Cyclops was gonna do everything Xavier was gonna do, right? He questioned Xavier somewhat. Like if Xavier was like, he knew Xavier was kind of compromised when it comes to like Dr. Moreau, what's that girl? Dr. Moreau, was not Dr. Moreau. Like if he had some issues with women and stuff. I'm talking about Xavier. What will be questioning his leadership and stuff. He'll do something like that, but usually he's gonna go with whatever Xavier does. What I like about Storm, right? Storm read the room. Like this is the remarkable thing. Like you can learn something from comic books sometimes. Like she knew how to connect with Wolverine, Logan. She knew how to connect with Nightcrawler. I just forgot his name. Anyway, that's beside the point. You know how to no. She was already Riga. She was already looked at as a god in Kenya when Xavier came and recruited her. So she had a whole different way of thinking things. Like she always carried herself as a like Angela. That's why Angela Bassett would have been a perfect match for Storm. Yeah, like she legit carry herself in that way. No. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I'm not even going there, but I know what you're talking about. But like she knew with Colossus. Colossus was missing his sister, which is Mystique. I'm Mystique. Magic. She's a new mutant and ended up joining X Force and X Factor. My bad, X Factor. That's beside the point. But she knew he missed his sister, right? So she treated him as a brother when they fighting. She know like Logan got big mama issues because like you have to think about this. Logan been alive since the 1800s, right? And saw somebody kill his mama. That's why I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that cutting edge. But like that's why he and then one of the things like when him and Sabretooth didn't see eye to eye, there's one trope that like if Logan find love or whatever, Sabretooth would show up on his birthday and kill everybody he loved. That was his thing. They always had to fight, always have to damn near kill each other on Logan's birthday. And Logan, the crazy thing, Logan don't remember his birthday, but Sabretooth does. That's the crazy thing about it. So he's kind of like he's a sucker for love just because he haven't been seeing he don't that's something that he doesn't get to witness a lot. So that's why she treat him like a mama. She'll sit up and it's like Logan, stop that, or like chastise him like that. He'll follow suit because he misses mom. Yeah, but that was other elements going on with that. So cutting edge, that's a whole nother level there. Um, who else? Rogue, she treat her like a sister because like Rogue Rogue needs like she when she was with the Brotherhood. One of the things they did, like Mystique and them did, was they made it look like sound like a family. It was us against them mentality. That's why she went along with a lot of stuff. So to counteract that, Rogue and Rogue's best friend in the X-Men is Storm. Storm and really Storm because like Jean Grey and her didn't really see eye to eye for a long time. Especially because you have to think about this. Beast was part of Avengers at one. Beast and Angel, which ended up being Archangel, was part of the Avengers at one point. And Captain and Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers was their friend. So Rogue took her powers. I left her in a coma. So there's gonna be bad blood there. So that a lot of the stuff played out in all the mediums, how they kind of didn't see eye to eye and everything. So Storm would connect like her and Jean was his best friends. Um Odom, now Wish Carol Danvers. Miss Marvel Carol Danvers was cool. Like Earth Mighty's Avengers Carol Danvers. I'm telling you right now, this is where I blame Disney. All you had to do with Carol Danvers is make the Earth Mighty's. Y'all don't believe me. Hold up. Let me find this. Hold up. Let's see if I can. All right. This the Carol Danvers.
My name is Ms. Marvel, and I'm here to welcome you to Earth. Now go home.
Now, the difference between that Carol Danvers and what we got in MCU Carol Danvers is that Carol Danvers, she was confident as hell, which they often confuse confident with being smug. You know what I mean? So that Carol Danvers, she was confident. She would flirt, like she was flirting like Hawk girl on Justice League. She was flirting with Hawkeye all the time. They always had a little flirt here, a little flirt there. You know what I mean? She was a big flirt. And what I don't like what they did with like Brie, because like Brie got that in her. Like if you go watch her in other movies, other projects, she's a fucking human being. I don't know why Disney was like, nah, you know what? We need you to be this. I don't know. That's the weirdest. That was like weird stuff they were doing. Disney was doing. Like Brie could literally play that type of Carol Danvers, and that would have been that. They would have had about 3 or 4 movies off that Carol Danvers if they would have rolled with that. They rolled with the bullshit that came out in the 2010s that nobody bought. They were trying to make her the new like a mixture of Superman and Wonder Woman. It's not gonna work. That because like the Marvel fan is totally different than the DC fan. Like DC fan, that y'all a little bit more stricter on things, but there's stuff that like y'all really hard on Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman, but like at first I thought Gal Gadot was like she was a little bit too skinny and this and this. I was like I need to see her in action, and she was in action, and they made a good movie on it. It worked. This 1984 didn't work, but that's a whole nother story there. But like Wonder Woman, you have a lot of history there. Like that was never really done on that was never really done on screen like that. With like I don't even think Linda Carter had a movie. She did all her stuff was small screen, so it's gonna work. And the thing is though, like Wonder Woman is, I mean, she's a holy trinity she's part of holy trinity of DC. But like, I cannot remember one story. Like, I mean, I'm not DC dude like that because like collecting DC stuff, especially before Crisis, that was a hard task right there. That's a hard one. But I'm going all over to DC and stuff. Let me chill out on that. So back to Doomsday, man. Like I think there's a potential of this working. Yeah, I mean, expect a 3-hour movie. Like a lot of reviewers, they hate them 3-hour movies because that's what, if you notice, they real critical on the 3-hour movie. Because like if it's written bad, it's 3 hours. That's a long haul in the hours, you know. So I don't know how this is gonna play out. There's a lot of moving parts there, and we got to really point out who's missing this thing. I don't replay it one more time. All right, it's 3 people on top of my head. I think it's missing right now, just from the new group. You don't see Scarlet Witch on here. Which you know what? To this day, I haven't watched Doctor Strange mom. The madness. I forgot that name. Madness, something of madness. I haven't watched that movie. Maybe I need to give it a good look through. So I haven't watched that. She's not on this list. Um, you know who's not on this list? Oh, what's old girl? Help me, Odom, or whoever in here. I don't think so, Odom. I mean, they coming from a whole different universe. Why would they need that? Why would you need that? I don't know about that one, man. I'm not gonna front with you. I don't know about that one. Now, Secret Wars, that might be interesting, but like, I what it look like, people who's missing were probably was kind of overpowered in a movie, so now they want to kind of like do away with that. They kind of went too far. Like Scarlet Witch after. What are you talking about? They already had their own kids in the movie. I'm confused by that. My thing is, why is he there? And then if and we'll get in Daredevil, but there was a scene in episode 5 where they said they Westcott was looking with some friends in the West Coast. We get deep in that when we talk about Daredevil. Man, Beast. Hold up. That phone spooky. I wonder. I wonder if this is gonna be start of Secret Wars. Oh, I know that. No, 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 no. I know that, but like, in here's the problem. I think they kind of want to go away from there. Yeah, before I think, and then again, like, what world is that the Fox X Men in? Like I hear what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, I hear what you're saying, but like, if you remember the end of Marvels, like when you go find it, you go find it on YouTube. Y'all need to. Y'all just y'all can skip the movie. That movie don't mean anything. You know that movie don't mean anything when you don't have none of the characters on seats there. Because I would think old girl who playing Polaris, was it not Polaris? I'm tripping. The sister who play on the Marvels. Oh man, that motherfucker fine. Anyway, you would think she would have a seat here, but it's almost like they trying to get away from the Marvel stuff. So going back to what you're saying with Scarlet Witch, I don't know what they trying. That's gonna be a weird one. I don't know what they're trying to do. Because here's another person who's missing. What's just says she's not gonna be in it. Scarlett Johansson, like that she's missing. They don't have the Hulk in this. So what I'm thinking is gonna happen is because like you saw a lot of stuff starting to happen when in No Way Home. All the worlds is gonna combine, and some people gonna be it's gonna be like one of those things where if all the universes combine, it's gonna be everywhere all at once type of situation where I'm here, but like a version of me is in all these other spaces. So depending on where I'm going with, or where I'm walking to, the other ones go kind of like a shadow type situation. They all so it's all like depending on which version of me seeing is gonna be seeing a different person type thing. That's a theory about that. I can't think of that theory. Um, there's a scientific theory about that, but like because now I mean I don't know how this is gonna work. Like I heard they're going with the battle world, like the battle world in the 2000s version, because like that's what some of the leak footage, like art footage they was doing. Like they had a I know I can't pull it up on here because like they were flagging people for leaking it. But they had a version where they had like werewolf, not werewolf Hulk, but Planet Hulk, where you had like Hulk with She Hulk and Scar Planet Hulk. There's a whole deep cut right there that happened during the 2000s. So let me turn this music down. I didn't know it was that. So no, I mean with CGI, I mean that's gonna see, especially when they got they working with AI now. They probably gonna get that right now. The purists is gonna hate that. You know, like they want set pieces, but like they'll probably get that right. I mean, I have no. That's one thing Marvel haven't really went bad on. It just they do it way too much. Like you gotta go on location or some of this shit. But it's what this tells me. There's about to be a major reboot happening. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you know what I mean. We got Red Hulk there, so yeah, that's bound to happen. And the leader and all that stuff, that's bound to happen. And you know, I don't want to get in that movie, man. That movie is just a weird one. So this is gonna be interesting, man. I don't know how they're gonna be able to pull it off and make it work. You know, because like by the way, have you heard the Spider-Man news, the Spider-Man rumors, where the Punisher and the Hulk is gonna be in the new Spider-Man movie. That's in development right. That's actually back to go in production a little bit. That's the rumor. So basically, Tom Holland Spider-Man is gonna be more street level, like it's gonna be kind of close to what we seen in Daredevil on that level. Cause like if what y'all don't know, like Spider-Man is legit in this area. What's going on right now in Daredevil? It just nobody the spell is working. Nobody really knows what's going on, and like that's why they bring in like the Punisher and everybody in there. So with that being said, let's go to Daredevil, man. I'll go load up, bam, bam. So I start. I don't know if I said it. I did say something about 4. I didn't do any spoiler stuff. Um, I kind of wanted to wait. Yeah, he's a street level neighborhood dude, Queens. Cause all right. Let me. I answer Odom real quick. There's a lot. Hold up, Odom. You saw episode 6, right? That dude, the swordman, reminded me of somebody. I think he was a Daredevil. I think he was like a Daredevil enemy at one point. Is it, uh, you remember who it was? The dude that you remember they did a little show, the little. Okay, he was somebody. I think he was. I mean, if y'all don't know, like Daredevil comic books were used to do the street level stuff, and he was pretty much like Marvel punching bag. That's why he was like a puncher, a boxer and stuff. He was a boxer like his dad, and ended up getting yeah. Five, man. It was five. Like the scenes was cool. Like I explained that a little later on. But back on four. I'm not gonna go on the other stuff. Four felt like this show feel like it have an identity problem. It has it's within a identity crisis type situation. I had a joke. I had a joke. I told one of my coworkers. I was like, this show got like superhero dysmorphia. You know what I mean? Like it wants to be a procedural, Law and Order, you know, 30-minute show, 30-minute, 45-minute. Always come to some type of conclusion show, but then it'll do something badass that will be on HBO or some shit. So it's like it's fight. It's like Disney is fighting itself for to they want to go the extra mile, but they held themselves back for some reason. You get what I'm saying? I want to say episode 4, right? Now Netflix show Daredevil was like he was smashing. Daredevil was smashing. Luke Cage was smashing. Like Rosario Dawson, yeah, it went down. She came in the room. It went down. I mean, hey, that's a Spike Lee chick. Hey, she know what time it was in both shows, right? But like this show on Disney is literally fighting itself for being. Daredevil is he's a man. He's not like a boy or anything that's dealing with high school stuff or anything. He's a grown man with a disability, and like women like him. And it's almost like they Murdoch is Murdoch is definitely a player. Like Murdoch, yeah, Murdoch is a player, and hands down. Like he Murdoch and Luke Cage power out of the street level until Luke Cage got with Jessica Jones. Spoiler alert. And see that's why man, if they had some nuts, if Disney really had some nuts, you put Jessica Jones and Luke Cage together. People gonna be mad. The usual suspects and don't know anything about comics. They're gonna be mad like, oh, y'all promoting the same interracial couples, blah blah blah, yeah, whatever. That's in the comic books. Luke Cage and it's a reason why Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, are together. They could take it. She's a superhero. I mean, you know what I mean? But like another thing, like She-Hulk, like people don't know, like She-Hulk was probably the freakiest female superhero. Like she was going, she'll take you down through there. That was part of her power, like, because Betsy was like really, not Betsy, yeah, Betsy. She was like really like nerdy and not sure of herself, but that fucking gamma radiation. Because like if y'all don't know, she got the gamma radiation because Bruce had to give her. She got in a bad car accident, and Bruce had to give her a blood transfusion. And of course, he was the Hulk. So that's how she ended up becoming She-Hulk. And and the confidence and all that stuff helped her become a good lawyer and stuff. And she was pretty much a sex symbol in the 80s. Like, man, hold up, I could find I'll find you a comic book cover of that. Let's see. I'm trying to find it's one comic book cover. You'll trip out. I'm trying to find it. Hold up. Let's see, 80s. Let's see. I'm trying. It's one particular one. I'm. Uh, she used to do this stuff that they used to make her like provocative. She'd do stuff like that. I'm trying to find them. It's another one that's like I don't say that's destined to fail. I think one way a She-Hulk, live action She-Hulk will work is if you don't take yourself super serious. Like She-Hulk is she kind of got like a comic relief thing going on. Oh, there you go. I found it. Oh no. Hold up, I found it. Damn. Oh, all right. I got it right here. Yeah, I don't think it was just. It's just the Hold on, I'm trying. They're showing boy, Stan Lee was a fool with that. No, not that one. Look, they used to do this. And this one. Look. Yeah, that's sensational. That's number 40. Yeah, hey, She-Hulk was always like controversial like that. So yeah, they used to do shit like that, man. Oh shit. I Dude, I mean, you got Daredevil there. No, I disagree with that, Odom. I just think I think, man, like you have to because like a lot what people don't know, especially 80s, like She-Hulk was a seller. Like dudes rock with that coming. Like especially like Gen X. See, I never got into She-Hulk stuff, man, because like she She-Hulk was pretty much like damn something in my eye. Hold up. She was pretty much like the little late teen type. She kind of like on that level where Ghost Rider and Blade and all that stuff was. It was kind of more, more of the hardcore thing. Shit, hold on, y'all. My contact fuck with me. Hold up. Shit. All right, okay, I'm good now. All right, episode 4. Here's the issues I have with it, man. This is the biggest issue I had. Oh shit! But like, I mean, all right. Before I get on episode 4, did you watch that show a lot? Did you watch that show, the She-Hulk show? Cause like she was she was having one night stands on that bitch. They didn't show it, of course, but like I it wasn't. What made it bad was because they tried to market it to kids and market her. No, she's not a like kid friendly comic book character. You know, she's there for like tongue in cheek. Cause like the thing is, you have to have books that if you want to have a continued customer base, you kind of want to get them. You want like a lot of comic book heads when they start young, they starting off on the Spider Mans. Oh yeah, Odom, you a sucker for punishment. Anyway, like Spider Man, Fantastic Four, um, Captain America, Iron Man. That was I put Iron Man in mid tier. Like that's when Iron Man is a give and take on that one. But like Incredible Hulk is one of those where yeah, you probably kids is reading that, you know, because like they already known the power they got a moral code type situation going on. But like when you get into the She-Hulks and then you get to the I say X-Men is really good for teenagers because like if you look at how the X gene manifests, it manifests during their puberty years, and that's when like things change and stuff. So, and when you feel like you're the outcast, because everybody felt how the outcast feel until you figure out you're not the outcast. You know, it's the whole other real world hero's journey type situation, right? Where you don't know who you are till you know who you are type situation. So that's the thing about X Men. Like that's what I liked about it. It was a lot of the misfits, can coming together and making things work and stuff. Same similar to Avengers, but like on a growner level. Because like Avengers, the Avengers comic books started dealing with more adult stuff because like they were all grown. Like they were grown. They would have some of them would have relationships with each other. Like Ant Man and Wasp, of course, and like you know it like Quicksilver. I mean, he was. I mean, that's another player right there. He was over here, trying to. He hollered at She-Hulk a little bit. He hollered at, you getting around. You fast, getting around. So I mean, a lot of the Avengers they were all grown. Like the book, like the actual individual, individual issues. Yeah, you could probably like a kid could read those. Like a kid could read Captain America on the most part. Like it get when it could get dark in some of the Captain America stuff because like he's a soldier. See, that's the thing. Like heroes do kill in some aspects. Like Batman is anomaly. Daredevil is anomaly because like they legit got codes that they don't kill, but like Daredevil kind of slip up sometimes. Batman doesn't slip up. He's strictly on that. Like if he was in Marvel, man, he'll have issues with Cap. He'll have issues with Punisher. He'll have issues with Logan. He'll have issues with pretty much all the X-Men. like Cyclops will kill him. I mean, Cyclops will be hesitant unless it's you know it's for the humanity all over the world. He'll kill for that, but like Batman probably wouldn't do nothing with that. He'll let things happen. He'll let Superman go do what he gotta do, but he physically will not go and try to kill anything. It is what it is. That's some say it's a strength, some say it's a weakness. It's up for discussion on that. But like, it's not that many. Oh, man, like some of the stuff don't make any sense. I give his point because he's looking at it as he already breaking the law. If I go past this, I'm going to I become what I don't like type stuff. I get that, but then again, what I like about Steve, he's like, look, he ain't gonna go openly. Like if you notice, the people he gonna kill is the people that's threatening the homeland type stuff. Like you trying to be you part of Red Red Skull Crew or AIM or Hydra or some shit like that. If you're a foot soldier there, yeah, he'll let you have it. He playing around, but like Batman will have issues with that. So I mean, it's all about perspective at that point. Like, is there such thing of a justified situation like that? In Batman case, he'll say no. There's no justification. But Captain America, he said, hey, God, God, family, and country, or God, country, family, because he don't have a family really. You know, except for the Avengers and stuff. But like, all right, I'll get on episode 4. Now I said a little bit on my review on that, right? About I was I was so on that. It was like that was legit middle of the road episode. I had issues with the worst scene was the prison scene on there where they were pretty much preaching. There was a preaching situation, and Matt Murdock would not agree with that. Like he believed in law and order too. So I mean that was Disney being Disney. I hated that scene. I mean because it made it made me look at them like this is how y'all see us type thing. Because like because like when I see somebody steal, first of all, I respect people property. I'm not gonna go out here and be out here just outwards trying to steal stuff from the store or whatever. Some bullshit like that. To me, that's beneath a man. Like if you got character, and you got values, and you got a moral structure, get out there and get a job and make it happen some one way or the other. You know what I mean? So that whole thing, yeah, you out here being dusty stealing. That I just it's never gonna understand that. But all this stuff, like yeah, all the he went to jail in and out 30 times. All this stuff, I think it was trying to do some like bail, a bail, one of those an argument against cash bail. That's what I feel like that whole thing was about. Which I'm like, man, look, I don't care. Look, man, the man stole 30 times and got caught 30 times. He might need to sit down for a little bit. I mean, I'm like, you can't just keep doing this, and then have the nerve to be like, no, I ain't going to jail. Like they try, Matt trying to give him a deal. Like, hey man, you want to sit down for a week or two, right? I don't want to do that. I'm like, what the fuck you stole a fucking box of fucking popcorn or whatever that was? Come on, dude, you keep doing it. To me that's insulting. That's it, because I don't like. I mean, that's one. You might as well make him a slave in that point. That's a negative stereotype in my book. I didn't. I wasn't feeling that whole scene, man. Then my baby Tony Soprano, that scene he had with he did kind of act pretty good. Like a lot of people that rubbed him the wrong way. They felt like it was forced. Somewhat, I would just watch it again. Somewhat, it was forced, but it was well acted. That's why I wasn't super harsh on that. That was well acted with the scene he had with Kingpin, because like he did screw up. See, I like. Hold on. It was entitled. You think that was just a contrived uh monologue type situation? Because I mean that's the part I'm seeing a lot of, like people saying it was contrived. I didn't have too much of an issue with it personally. I agree, and that tell me like that chemistry was so cold, but like people was in the room, so he couldn't do nothing about that. Like this wasn't gonna kill that dude. So look, that was cool. I ain't had no issue with that scene. Then of course, like that scene to me, and when Frank House and Matt was talking. Oh, okay, yeah. We on the same page. Yeah. We on. Oh no, I was just talking about I'm talking about Daredevil. I was talking about Daredevil episode 4. So yeah. Baby Soprano in in Kingpin scene that was cold in episode 4, and of course Frank Castle in Matt Murdock scene. I had one issue with that scene when brought that shell, and of course Frank Castle. This is why I know like Disney on some BS. Talking about I mean, season. I want to say season 2 Punisher exists now. That was a weird one. Let's not talk about that one. So my only hiccup on there when he talking about fanboys copying his style, and that to me that was Disney saying, because like if you know that symbol been like adapted in real life by a lot of people, like in the like that do the two-way stuff. A lot a lot of a lot of side Hispanic gangs love that symbol, the Punisher symbol. It's one of those iconic symbols, and him saying that, I felt like that was Disney saying, "Screw off, y'all. We know." Talking about like fanboy is and all that stuff. I didn't like that. That's the only part of that whole scene. Like I was like, all right, man. That Disney had to sneak that in there. But all right, after it got, it's almost like Christmas time, right? When your auntie that if your auntie that like to knit stuff and want to make you stuff, once you put on something, and yeah, you gotta put it on till you gotta put it on, hug your auntie and stuff. You might rock it when it's cold every now and then or whatever. I don't like that either. Odom, hear me out. And this is my argument against that. Punisher is killing people, taking 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 the law in his own hands. In no world the police is going to embrace it. That's what I'm saying. That's bad writing. Odom, that is horrible writing. No police officer in that world is going to take that symbol when he's causing more paperwork and more harm to their livelihood than good. Cause like you know how cops think. Think how a cop think. If put it in the real world, if let's say you in Chicago and you just tired of all the stuff going on in Chicago, you want to take hand and something happened to you. But Andre, but what I'm saying, still, even crooked cops, they're gonna be resentful to that because like that the crooked cop could be like, well, this dude could come at us, because crooked cops they're gonna have connections with the underworld. What I'm saying is, but that's bad writing. None of them cops will be adapting his thing unless they been kicked out the force. If they've been kicked out the force, okay, you can make an argument where, all right, yeah, I'm gonna do it my way, or I'm gonna do it the Punisher's way, because he's effective. I could see that situation if they disgrace but if they still, because like Cops are very territorial when it comes to law for being law. They don't want Punch is outstaging them. He's getting rid of all the. Now sometimes they probably like, oh, I'm glad I can see this. Well, I would have to go in there and risk my life to get this person. Good, he did this. Okay, we cool. I'm cool with that. But they always gonna look at him with a scant eye. He's never gonna be accepted. He's never gonna be idolized because eventually he could come back them. They're gonna be thinking that's the way they think. And don't ask me how I know. I mean, if you go, matter of fact, y'all go ask a cop right now. Go if you know your cousins as a cop or whatever. They're doing it to place the blame. What? Okay, but they already has they were already established that they were painting all the stuff with his symbols and stuff before Fisk even got they started showing that even before Fisk was the mayor, when Kingpin was the mayor. So what I'm saying, there's no way they should be idolizing that symbol just because of if you're a crooked cop, you probably had connections to all these gangs. The people you don't want showing up is the superhero or somebody that was on that type of time. You want him. You want him out the way. You feel what I'm saying? That's that. So it's no that the good cops ain't gonna like him because they look at him as a potential threat and he's taking the law into his own hands. They're gonna hate that. The crooked cop is gonna be like, oh, what if I'm making a deal and this fucker gonna come out of nowhere with a fucking spaz 12 and let me have it? They're not gonna like him. But here's the thing. I'm just saying, like the symbol, the police officer in that world holding on to the symbol just doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. That's contrived. That's Disney putting the real world into this world. They're not thinking this shit through. That's all I'm saying. They're not really sitting back and thinking it through. And honest got truth, I doubt they even talk to any law enforcement, talk about how like they would think about a situation like that. So it's coming from a place of ignorance. So outside of that, like those two scenes, Baby Soprano and Fisk and Counselor and Daredevil, great scenes. So and then you had an introduction to this dude, um, Muse. Now, what y'all don't know, like Muse is literally like the perfect. He's literally like one of the perfect enemies for Daredevil. One of his power moves, I show it right here, bam. Muse body acts like a vortex, which can pull. First of all, he's an Inhuman. If y'all don't know, he's an Inhuman. Um, so basically, he could basically create a sensory deprivation situation. Now he's really new. He came up in 2016. Yeah, since the hell I heard something. My wife my wife cooking in there. So yeah, he's a great villain. Like this might keep it 100. Let's think about all the villains in the MCU right now, like legit villains. Red Skull, evil motherfucker. Red Skull's like probably the most evil. Um, you could say Hera, but like, I mean, Hera from Thor Ragnarok. Um, because Loki got had a redemption arc. He's on and off. I'm trying that Thanos. Yeah. It's hard to say he's super evil. See, you know what? He's evil because he thinks like a environmentalist. So yeah, he's evil. Um, Ultron, that's evil. I don't know about. Would you count Kane as evil? But like nobody was doing this. Is probably the most evil like street level character Disney made right now. Like let's take away from the whole everything else product. Like Feige they officially took over um the MCU from Paramount. People don't know this. I agree. To me, Kang is like he's like probably one of the worst villains in Marvel. I'm not. That's not even. Jonathan Majors is a good actor. I'm not even. There's no diss to Jonathan Majors and stuff. He from Duncanville. What up? You know, he from around the way. Graduated the same year I graduated. Crazy thing. But my problem with Kang, like Kang wasn't even. He wasn't really. He's not really like compelling in the comic books. Like Kang is just one of those like he just show up. Okay, we got Kang story. Like he never really moved the needle. It was like a few, like Red Skull moves the needle. You know what I mean? Especially it's a it's a panel where all the supervillains got together and Red Skull was conducting business with everybody because I mean, of course, he's gonna take the leadership position. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. I get to that, but like somebody fucked up. I think like Molecule Man or somebody fucked up. They came late and stuff, and he said some shit. He's like, "Hey, back in my day, we would send you to the gas chambers with that. And you should saw how Magneto looked. Like he looked at him like, what the fuck? Don't you know I can kill you right now? You know I can take you out." That's the way he. That's the way he looked. I gotta find that panel, man. That panel. I think it was on. I think that was on Secret Wars. You know what? I wish somebody come up here. I could look that one up, boy. That oh, there you go. Bam! I found it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So here you go, right here. Look at Red Skull. Look at Magneto looking at that dude. Cause yeah, it was the leader Kingpin. Oh, Kingpin. I forgot Kingpin was in there. Magneto. So, how good to you, Jim? I hope I was waiting long. I'm the only one arrived, just arrived like or will you quickly learn is unwise to keep Victor Von Doom waiting for even instant. I'm on the other hand would have been would have been here several minutes underling. Once you would have gone to the camp, once you would have gone to the camp for such a affront to Risco, and fucking Magneto look at him like, oh, the camps, huh? Because if y'all don't know, Magneto he had to go to concentration camps. So like I said, like and Kingpin just peeping game, like ooh, he peeping game. So you can learn something from little comic books, man. You know, Kingpin reading the room, like man, and what's Kai? He was like, he just like, man, come on, let's just. I think that's the leader. Let's just get to the point. You know, come on, man, let's make this money. But like, Kingpin was like, no, he read the room. So back to that. That's one of my favorite panels. I think that was on Act of Vengeance. Kang, man, dude, Kang ain't. I think was it Emeritus? Well, it was a Fantastic Four story that like they actually made Kang pretty compelling, because you don't know Kang is Reed Richards' son in the comics. This is why making him black didn't make any sense, because like legitimately that's Reed Richards' son. That's Franklin Richards. Yeah, yeah, I do know that, right? I'm not talking out my ass here. Uh, nah, nah, uh, nah. Let's see. I'm sorry, not Franklin Richards, Nathaniel Richards. So basically like oh no. He's a descendant because uh, it, it it gets complicated with this shit because like Nathaniel Richards, a descendant, a 31st century scholar and descendant of Reed Richards' time traveling father, Nathaniel. So basically, his it's complicated. So basically, this is uh what's called his brother, legitimately, because like Nathan his dad time traveled. Hold on, Marvel cooked the books on what? What are you referencing to? Hey, Andre, what you referencing to? I'm not understanding. Yeah. I got you. I got you. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. I'm not. I mean, a lot of Marvel fans, especially in the '90s, like Frank, fucking Kane the Conqueror, man. Yeah, like they had a good. He had a good storyline in 2000, around 2000 stuff. It. I mean, he cool. Like some of the stuff he did with like the Avengers and stuff, that was all right. But like, I don't know. All right, enough of episode 4. Like episode 5, the bank. The, I think the only thing bad about episode 5, right, is the fact that they kept on bringing up Miss Marvel. So what that was to before the because if y'all don't know, this show was supposed to be 18 episodes and they cut it down to 9. So a lot of the they were supposed to like lead in with him getting connected to Kamala Khan through her daddy type stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, and they made him like, hey, you hey, after they said he saved him, hey, you come have dinner with me and my family and stuff. They were trying to work that out and everything. It's it's not to me. th- their interaction might be the worst of of the show, but like the him breaking them down by him breaking them down and stuff. Then the payoff on the whole thing. I'm going to go to spoilers. Victim. How would he be Victor? How I don't know. I don't know how Kang would be Victor's grandfather. They not. because Victor Van Doom ain't bro. Ain't, okay, that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, so that I, I honest got you. We could have skipped that episode and nothing would have been lost. I mean, it would have been some. It was only one scene of consequence, and that's when like Daredevil put on his costume and went out and found dude and let his ass have it. Yeah, I don't know about Victor Van Doom and being related to Kane. That's a new one for me. Um, so I mean that episode is it was good. It, I would give it I would give it like a 70 out of 100 because the action was good. The dialogue was good too because like him Matt Murdock working the robbers, getting working them and doing the whole nine, like mentally. The stealth stuff, I like that. I mean, just Kamala Khan's dead just kind of made it weird. So that's yeah, that didn't hit right. But overall, man, I was cool with it. But the episode 6, man, shit. See, because now did this show for the last five. Hey, Odom, that might have been a one off. You have to watch out from Marvel because like they've been really trying to get Kang to work. Like Kang is not he's not a popular villain in the Marvel universe. Like if you want to break down a Marvel, I'm on Justice real quick. Like like people Marvel heads like Doom, uh Apocalypse, fucking Mr. Sinister. Yeah, I agree with you, Odom, on that. Mr. Sinister, shit, let me think. Thanos, the fuck? Thanos, I mean, a Red Skull, see, I'll put like the leader and Kang in the same boat on that. You know what I mean? The lead, because like I mean, X Men. If you break down like Batman, Kingpin is a very compelling villain. Kingpin, Green Goblin. I mean, you could just break down about 20 different villains before you even get to Kang the Conqueror. Like Kang, he's not compelling. I mean, I hate to be that dude, man. He just because like Fantastic Four, like the biggest villain they gonna think is two like Galactus. I don't even. He's just an entity, and Doom. that's that's a Rose Squadron. That Rose Squadron. That's a Rose Gathering. Then like you break down like would you take Carnage? I mean, would you take Kang over Carnage on Spider Man? Because Carnage is an evil motherfucker, man. That motherfucker's evil. Who else? I mean, Apocalypse. I mean, Ultron. Like, I mean, look to me, Ultron is more fearsome than Kang, just because Kang kind of OP. Like I said, Carnage, man, Carnage is fucking. He's a killer. Like, I mean, what I think what makes him not compelling as much as the other ones, because like Carnage have a he legit have a personality that can translate in real world. Oh, I mean, they had a lot of that. It was a time where man, Carnage, hey, Carnage, an evil motherfucker, man. Oh, cause like let's not even go on the Spider Man folks. Let's talk about just Avenger folks, right? Cause Kane is considered an Avenger villain too. You know what I mean? So right now, Thanos gonna be top of the league on villains in the Avengers like Rose Gathering. After that would be Red Skull. Red Skull be right there. Ultron be right there. But like Red Skull, I'll put Ultron more deadlier than Red Skull. So Ultron could take over everybody in electronics and just start fucking you up with that shit. He's always been a hard sell. Kane will make him somewhat compelling. I'm not putting him in top three because like you go about five deep until you get to him. But he does have the technology wing. Cause like Super Skrull, I would think I would put her above Kane. Cause Super Skrull could just take their powers and mimic the powers and whole nine, and just whoop. He'll whoop their ass and then switch. Switch to one of them and have them fighting amongst each other. I mean, he could do all kinds of crazy stuff. You know. So I mean, Kane is he's cool, but like I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't know about that. Kane got the technology side, but like he ain't more powerful than Thanos. Thanos on some other shit. Like, we have to agree to disagree on that. That's like saying Ares is more powerful. Ares more powerful than Dark Side in fucking DC. I mean, it's just Dark Side that dude. So all right, we done with episode 5. That's episode 6. Man, yeah, man, that what I about to say. This episode 6, what I liked about it, right? What I really do like about it is like you see the transformation. You saw all the transformation because what eventually made Kingpin pop and go back to the old Kingpin was when he went to a donor class. Yeah, he went to the donor class shindig. I mean, every politician have to go and do that shit, right? And how they treated him. So that put him in the perspective like, oh, y'all think y'all think since I got this position, I can't do nothing, y'all. I have to kiss y'all ass. You feel what I'm saying? So now he knows, okay, in order for me to build a lasting legacy and get this city together and do this, in his twisted mind, I'm gonna have to start strong on him a little bit. So in that aspect, it's the age old question: can an old dog learn new tricks? Kingpin probably had good intentions, even though he was gonna make money off it for that port situation he was trying to pitch. But in that case, the city of New York would be more of a villain in this episode because the city of New York in itself is a character in any Marvel thing. They the character that's the main character is the city of New York, and that's the reason why they have like vigilantes in their eyes. So when the city of New York pretty much you know disown them or whatever, disown him in not in a public way, but like, hey, in this setting where you have to kind of pitch your ideas to and stuff, and he was constantly getting rejected. That pushed him back to, okay, I've been deemed insignificant, and that was one of the main reasons why he became Kingpin in the first place, was because of his insecurities coming up as being a big kid and everything. So that was a very nuanced way of making him go back to where how he became powerful in the first place. And to me, that's new writing. That was the most nuanced scene, piece of scenes. Even when, like, here's the thing that made me mad about the episode. Right, this made me roll my eyes so hard. So Matt Murdock trying to get he talking to the Lord, trying to get his stuff together, trying to look he praying, so he giving a good prayer. And his old girl talking about, oh, you still prayer, you still doing that? I'm like, come on, Disney. But that actually worked, because that's how East Coast professional, especially psychologists, would see religion in a lot of ways. That makes sense. That made sense. It's just, you never know with Disney if they are trying to do a slight, because I said this in the other video. Matt Murdock, two of the most like hardcore Christian Catholic faith, I mean, I think Nightcrawler is a Catholic too. The biggest ones are Daredevil and Nightcrawler. You don't like they dialogue when they talk to people outside of they sphere, and just they always talk. They're very convicted with their belief system. They have a very deep connection to the Lord. That's something that's part of their character. So I took that of old girl sneering at him for praying, is they know they in a way it's kind of mocking the people before, like the people who made episode 6 was kind of mocking the people what who didn't like who didn't have him at the church in episode 3, because they different writers. That's how I took that. And like that was probably the weakest part of the show, because that was kind of like a slap in the face. So out of that, like, you finally saw Muse as a like a bad, like legit bad guy doing some evil shit. You found out, like, I mean, they'll find bodies, the whole nine. Episode 6 is the one to watch, because everybody going back to true to form. So I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. I've been talking almost 2 hours. So anything about episode 6? I mean, y'all want to discuss, because like it's a lot. Like, and Disney did one good thing. They released 2 episodes in one night. Like last night, 5 and 6 came out. That was actually smart by them. I gotta give them props for props to do. But I gotta get going. I gotta get ready for tomorrow. The link is pinned if y'all want to come up, but like if not, I'm going in early and stuff. I think I broke down this. I broke down this pretty well, but who the hell is it? Y'all take care, man. I should I don't know, Friday night I might do something that's up in the air. I'm actually off Saturday. Look like I'm gonna be off Saturday. I'm not doing any overtime or anything. So Well, we might do. I might do a late night, like if nobody's doing live, doing a little late night Friday joint. But yeah, y'all have a nice night, man. Y'all take care. Like, share, and subscribe.